There's something about the quiet hours before bed, isn't there? When the world slows down, and the only sound you hear is your own breathing. But what if I told you, you're not as alone as you think? Tonight's story will take you into the shadows of a small, forgotten town, where a single knock at the door in the middle of the night led to something no one could explain, and no one survived to tell. Until now. It all started with a simple mistake. Emily was a night owl, a grad student pulling late-night study sessions in her tiny apartment on the edge of town. She liked the peace and quiet, the solitude of being awake while everyone else slept. But that night, the solitude felt wrong. It was past midnight when she first noticed it. A strange shadow at the edge of her window. She brushed it off, thinking it was a trick of the moonlight. But then came the sound. A soft, deliberate knock at her front door. Emily froze. Who knocks at someone's door at this hour? She glanced at the clock, 12:37 a.m. She wasn't expecting anyone. And the worst part? She lived on the third floor of a building with no elevator. Another knock. Louder this time. She crept toward the door, her heart pounding in her chest. She didn't have a peephole, just a cheap wooden door that didn't make her feel any safer. Who's there? She asked, her voice barely above a whisper. No answer. Just silence. Emily's first instinct was to call the police, but when she reached for her phone, it was dead. No battery, no charger nearby. The knocking came again, 3 sharp, deliberate taps. Her mind raced. Could it be a neighbor? Maybe someone who'd had too much to drink? But then she remembered, both of her neighbors were out of town. Trying to calm herself, Emily told herself she wouldn't open the door, no matter what. She turned off the lights and sat in the darkness, hoping whoever it was would go away. But instead, the knocking got louder. And then, it stopped. Emily waited for what felt like hours, her ears straining for any sound. She was about to breathe a sigh of relief when she heard something that made her blood run cold, a faint whisper, right outside her window. Let me in. Her heart felt like it was going to explode. Slowly, she turned to face the window, but it was pitch black. She couldn't see anything outside. Just the faint glow of the streetlights below. But then, she saw it. 2 pale, bony hands pressed against the glass. And behind them, a face, gaunt, hollow eyes, a mouth stretched into an unnatural grin. The figure tilted its head, as if it knew she was watching, and whispered again, "Let me in." Emily screamed and bolted for her bathroom, the only room in her apartment with a lock. She slammed the door shut and huddled in the corner, her breaths coming in short, panicked gasps. For a while, there was silence. Then came the scratching. Slow, deliberate scratches against the bathroom door, like nails dragging across wood. She couldn't understand how it had gotten inside. The door was locked. The window was on the 3rd floor. None of it made sense. And then, just when she thought she couldn't take it anymore, the scratching stopped. Emily stayed locked in the bathroom until sunrise, too terrified to move. When she finally found the courage to open the door, her apartment was empty. No signs of forced entry. No pale figure. Nothing. But when she looked at the window, the glass was covered in faint handprints, as if someone had been trying to claw their way inside. Emily moved out the very next day, refusing to spend another night in that apartment. But here's the thing, she didn't just leave because of what happened. She left because of what she found. When she was packing her things, she noticed something she hadn't seen before. Carved into the wood of her front door, just below the doorknob, were 3 words, "I found you." Emily never told anyone where she moved. But every night, she sleeps with the lights on, her phone fully charged, and a chair wedged against the door. Because she knows, it's still out there, waiting for her to let it in. Stories like Emily's make you wonder, don't they? Is it all in the mind? Or is there something lurking out there, waiting for the perfect moment to make itself known. So tonight, before you drift off to sleep, ask yourself one thing: if you heard a knock at your door in the middle of the night, would you answer it? Don't sleep on this. Subscribe for more chilling stories or check out the next one now.